Good morning traders, Paul Clevitt, Signal Trader Trading System. Going to talk about STROBOT and how it identifies trades. Ignore the last video, so I'm going to delete the last video because I've changed completely the way it works. So what STROBOT is looking for is a structure that happens in the Forex markets lots and lots and lots of times. It happens very regularly, and since it's been following this structure, we've been winning a lot of trades now. So how does it work? Well, you can see it on this chart. First of all, we get this kind of gold indicator. That's about here. And this was what I like to call the break. Okay, the next thing we're looking for is it to hook back on itself. So there's the break. It comes back about halfway, and then it rallies, and it'll, in fact, if we see what happens with this, let's just get rid of that. Scroll along. Where does it go? It then goes up. Okay, this was a Friday, unfortunately, so I didn't get that far. But we look to get about 55 pips. Now, the robot will enter this trade after the hook. So it came up here. You can see it coming up here. Break, so we wait for the trade. Wait for the trade. It would have entered it about here. Your stop would be 35 pips down that way. So you can see it never ever got near our stop. Let's follow that along. Look at the way it bounced. It did bounce down in a kind of faking kind of way up. Then it started to go up. Then we had this rally. We've easily got the 35 pips target. So we have a 1-to-1, 35 pips. So it would have closed out about there. Okay, so that would have been your trade. Let's look at another one. Okay. There's no gold signals on this trade. Here's one. This is actually one that hasn't happened yet. You can see we've got the same structure. Here's the break, so we're looking for a short. It comes up to square that up. It comes along. Here's the hook in progress. Now look at the indicator here. You see the blue? There's the breakdown. So this is our gold coming in here. Here's the hook. It's identifying the hook. When this goes back up to here, then we take the short, because then we're ready for the go. Let's look at another one. Let's see if, actually, let's scroll back a bit and see if we can find any sign of any more here. No, it's just ranging around. Yep, here's one. There's the break. Here's the hook. There's the break. So here's the hook. Here's your short entry. Where does it go? All the way down to the next one. Okay. Now I've got one. I think Aussie yen. Actually change direction, because obviously they don't carry on going that direction all the time. So here's what happens on our Aussie yen when we had a change of direction. So we've got the break here, there's the breakdown, but there's no hook. In fact, what happens is it goes into another break again. You see that? So what happens is STROBOT, the robot, would have an entry order 85 pips away for a short. But when it sees that, it'll go, and actually, it'll cancel that order and go for a long. So then what happened is that the robot then waits for... So that's the end of the break. Look at it, comes back halfway or so. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it comes back a quarter of the way. It waits around, it waits around, it waits around, and it takes an entry here. Okay, so it took the entry here. You might say, oh, that's too early. Well, it did bounce up and come back down again. How far did it get? We might have got our 35 pip target. Let's have a look. Measuring thing. Let's see how far that went. It went 18, 19, 20 pips. So what would have happened then is the robot would have moved the order entry into. So your entry would have been here-ish, be there, yeah, on that candle there. It would have gone 19 pips. So we had a 90 pip rally. It would have just about gone safe, so I suspect the stop would have been moved inside the entry here, and it probably would have stopped out with a small amount of profit, because that was a fake move. However, if it didn't stop out, look where it went. It easily got the 35 pip target. Okay, so that's the same sort of thing. Remembering that this is a Friday. So here's another one. Let's go back to see if we can find a break. there's the gold. So that shows our break here. See how it bounces back and it goes up. This is euro dollar. I never used to trade euro dollar, but now I'll let the robot trade it. Now obviously you can manually trade this, but what's the problem with manually trading it? It's very difficult. Why is it difficult? Look at this. How long is that? This is a 15-minute chart, so actually that's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours before we look to take our entry. So that's the end of the hook. Okay, now it did come back on us initially and then went herring down there. Let's go and look at the profit targets. Let's see just how much it did come down to. So entry would have been here. Has it made it to 35? No, it's only 24 pips. Did it make it to 35 later in the day? Where's it gone? Should I just scrolled all over the place? A little scrolling tragedy here. So going back to our entry was here. Let's see, where is it? Entry was this one here, that candle there. It rallied back and we moved, keep going down to 25 pips there. Oh, that's better, I can see it now. So our entry again came in here. Did we get our 35 pips? We actually got 43, so it would have closed about here. So it got its 35 pips. But look how long it took to get it. You can't do that. So what STROBOT does is actually it waits. Now actually it would have closed the trade slightly earlier. So it was it went into the short there. It would have waited, it would have come up here, it would have held it, probably closed the trade at 10 pips. Because it did start going back against us. Because you're in profit, STROBOT will protect you from a risk. That's a risk of it going back the other way. Okay, actually it did make it the 35 pips. You can of course configure that and turn it off. It's got lots and lots of different options. The robot runs on one chart, unlike the indicators and the drive the robot, which run on every chart. About 22 currencies it trades. So here's the robot settings. Now you got things like being able to close all the orders that the robot's got open, useful before weekends or news. That's how far the robot keeps its distance away. There's lots and lots of different options in there, which are all available actually on the iwannabeaforextrader.com website. I know a few people have been mailing me and saying, oh, I want the robot, but the problem is it's complicated to set up, and I've been trying to package up a way of giving it to you without having... The problem is I've got to cover the cost of the hosting of the servers and the databases, because trust me, to work these calculations out, you can't do it in MetaTrader 4. It ships them off to an external server that does the calculations. And I have to pay for those servers. They run on Rackspace, fantastic hosting company. And so I need to find a way of packaging that up. So if you want it, there will be a charge for it. Not because I want to charge for it, I don't want to charge for it. But it takes a lot of maintenance and a lot of looking after. And if people really want it, then there's going to be a charge for it. That's the way life is. But I'm going to be offering VPSs that are custom built to run the robot and to run the trading system, so you can use it how you like. Some people prefer to trade with it long term. Let me show you some of the long term tools. That's the 200 daily moving average. This two white lines are weighted. Okay, they are weighted and they warn of an impending major turn. Look at this cross. See that cross back there? We knew 2 weeks before that happened, we knew it was going to drop and it was changing direction in a big way. Okay, normally it will just kind of range around between the two lines. You see this? Okay, but we use our break hook and go. So if you were a long-term trader, you would have gone, stay out of that, because it's trading above the bottom white line. They've changed direction. And you can see the way the 200 daily MA is turning. So let's go back to there. So you can do long-term trading, but some people do it that way. Some people... only a few weeks ago we were trying to trade this part of the hook. It's a waste of time. We always trade when you see the gold there and it rallies backwards, we're going to go the opposite direction and take the money. Okay, so that's the Signal Trader trading system. The currency meter is very interesting as well. Shows you the strength of a currency's all currencies against all other currencies, all the majors, in a percentage. So over here we've got the Aussie dollar versus, so the average price of the Aussie dollar is 40% against the others, so that's quite negative. Whereas look at sterling is very strong. GBP. Let's go look at GBP. It's fine at GBP dot. We'll go and have a look at GU. It's probably easiest, isn't it? GU. There it is. Oh, I just closed it. Professional. We can just go open, delete it. GBP USD. Wait for a second. There it is. Right. So why is sterling GBP is very strong against the euro? According to this, but that was a close play Friday, so it's probably inaccurate. In fact, it is inaccurate. There's no way that's right. Sorry, against the dollar. So if we go GBP against the dollar, actually it's very weak against the dollar, but it's very strong against the euro. So I want to have a look at GBP euro and see what's going on. Now, of course, you wouldn't buy sterling if it's like that. It's euro GBP, isn't it? Not GBP euro. You wouldn't buy sterling if it's like that, because if it's like that, okay, let's just quickly have a look. Sterling's been dropping like a fly against the euro for quite a long time, but it's very strong against it just before the market closed. When the market closed, they dropped it. That's why we closed our trades about 6 o'clock GMT, 6 o'clock UK time. I shut my trades. And look, why I don't trade sterling either. Okay, it's too volatile. It bounces up and down. You have to have much bigger stop losses to trade sterling. I don't trade it. The robot won't trade it, and I don't trade it because I want to have things where I can have reasonable stop losses like this, where my entry is probably going to be somewhere here-ish. My stop's going to be 35 pips back, which is way up here. You know, you hardly need it. You know, that's huge. So I can be quite safe trading these currencies. I don't know why GBP is like that. It just is. Anyway, I want to be a forextrader.com, dailyforextrader.me. If you're interested in Signal Trader Trading System, please fill in the form on I want to be a forextrader.com. I am logging those, and we're going to put some packages together, which will include a virtual machine, a VPS running on SSDs. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Pre-configured with everything you need. You just log in, and it does it. And it's probably going to be free if you go with Bill4FX to get the software, but it won't be free to have the VPS because obviously you've got to cover hosting charges. Anyway, have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'm going to stop screen recording and put this thing online. I want to be at forextrader.com. Dailyforextrader.me is the blog. You'll be seeing a lot more posts in the next few weeks as I move to marketing. Cheers, bye.